Hi everybody. I wanted to do a 21-month update about Londyn. She turned 21 months old on the 1st of May, which was yesterday. And this is my first update on her vlog-wise. I've been blogging it for a while, but not physically vlogging it. So, seeing as we just started the vlog. But I wanted to do this because I feel like I'm going to be doing it if we have another child in the future. I wanted to do it with them, and so I might as well start with Londyn. I just wanted to kind of talk about where she is right now at 21 months. I may not do another update until she's 2, but I might do one when she turns 22 months. I don't know. I might keep going until she's 2. I haven't decided yet. But I just wanted to give kind of an update on where she is maturity-wise, mobility-wise, and all of those things. So stay tuned. She has all of her teeth but her 2-year molars. She started getting all of her teeth at 4. She started getting teeth at 4 months. She got her 2 bottom teeth on like the week before Christmas. And she just never stopped getting teeth in since then. I don't know if she's getting her 2-year molars in. We've been doing the pacifier this week because her dad is gone. We actually took it away for about a month. And then when we went on our trip to Richmond, I decided just to introduce it again because of the airplane and sleeping in, you know, not a very common place, that I would reintroduce the pacifier. And of course she gets addicted to it really fast, and that is why we took it away at such an early age. People were like, why are you taking it away? She's not even 2 yet. But we took it away because her day revolves around it if she does not have it. Like, if she loses it, she has to, she will not settle down until she finds it. And it's just really stressful to get through your day when you're constantly looking for something that she's attached to. And I really do feel like Londyn is an all or nothing child. I feel like she's either she doesn't do things halfway. She's all in or all out. So that's why we took it away. But she does have it this week, and I've noticed she's drooling a lot, and so I'm wondering if her 2-year molars are coming in. Since she's gotten all of her other teeth early, I wouldn't be surprised if they were. I do want to say about Londyn is we've never really known when she was teething because her schedule and her attitude never changed when she was teething. She would drool a little bit more, and she would eat just a little bit less, but she would never get cold symptoms or anything when she would teeth. So I find that very interesting that she never did that. I've especially noticed that, now that I'm a mom, that every child is different, and she has, things that really affected her, like her leaps. If you don't know what leaps are, we followed the book called The Wonder Weeks, and Londyn went through leaps through her first year of life, well, up until 18 months. And we knew exactly when she was going through leaps. So, sorry, my phone. We knew exactly when she was going through leaps. So, that was something that I do recommend if you're a first-time parent. Even if you're a parent and you are just now having a baby and you have a toddler, or full-grown kids and you're having another baby. The Wonder Weeks books it was just an amazing, amazing thing. And I seriously don't think I would have gotten through her first year as gracefully as we did without the Wonder Weeks. What it is they have mental growth spurts along with physical growth spurts, and the mental growth spurts change a lot of their behavioral things and a lot of their sleep habits and stuff, and knowing what they're trying to achieve and where their brain is growing helps them get through those leaps easier and faster, and it becomes easier on the parents and stuff. I will put the link down below, the link to the book and the website. And there's also an app, so it notifies you every time your child is entering a leap and when they're ending a leap, and then it gives you little tips about what they should be doing after this leap and what you can do to help them through the leap. Mike and I seriously, we're so thankful for it. And we actually didn't get it introduced to us until she was about 4 months old, so we missed her first 2 leaps, and it really would have been nice to know that she was going through leaps, because I thought she was sick. So Anyway, moving on to more about Londyn and her update. That was just a little sidebar about Wonder Weeks. Londyn's sleep schedule, she sleeps about 12 to 13 hours every night. We usually put her down at 7 and she'll sleep till about 8 or 9, depending on just if she's going through a growth spurt, or you know, some days she gets outside and plays a little bit harder than other days. She has been only down to 1 nap a day since she was about 13 months old. I want to say we started eliminating the morning nap, and how I kind of weeded that out was I would just go run errands. During her morning nap, she used to take like a 10 o'clock, between 9 and 10 o'clock morning nap, and I would just kind of go run errands, and she would, you know, fall asleep for a couple minutes in the car, and it would get her actually to that, you know, through that hump to the afternoon nap. Her afternoon naps vary from an hour and a half to 4 hours, just depending on how tired she is or if she's growing. Sometimes I think she gets like a body clock situation where she'll do like an hour and a half nap for like a whole week, and then she like cannot get out of that like funk of getting up at an hour and a half. And then there's other days where, I mean, I have to keep going and checking on her because I like, okay, you're going on 4 hours, you're going on 5 hours. And one thing I have never done with her since, well, don't say never, I have never done, because I did the Baby Wise book, and that teaches you, you know, to wake them up. But since she turned 18 months old, I stopped waking her, especially now that she's getting older. I don't, you know, mind putting her to bed a little bit later. But if it starts affecting her, you know, 7 o'clock, 7:30 bedtime, I will, you know, start getting her up if she sleeps past a certain point of her nap. But Londyn has been, like, for being my first child and not really knowing anything, you know, coming from just the daycare and doing what I did at the daycare, not knowing anything about toddlers and babies, she has been the world's best sleeper. And I don't really think that it's her personality. I do really credit Baby Wise book. They actually don't, those books really aren't sold anymore, like in bookstores or anything. They've actually stopped making them, but you can buy them on Amazon, and it's a little rigid. A lot of parents think that it's rigid and they don't agree with it, but it really, like, it made Londyn an amazing sleeper, and I really think that I will do it with our other kids if we have more, just because, you know, it's hard work, but I think that sleep by far is the most important thing a baby can have, because it helps them grow, it helps them learn, it helps their, you know, mind be rested and ready for everything that is going to challenge them in the day. This is like, you know, one of the craziest times in their life growth-wise, and I just think that sleep is by far the most important. I do think that when you have a child, sleep is important for the husband and wife as well. I think that, you know, that's your time to spend in the evening, and your child should, you know, have a decent bedtime and know that that's, you know, mommy and daddy's time. And I don't disagree with, you know, putting that in the beginning of their, you know, life, starting that lifestyle with them. I know that a lot of people disagree with Baby Wise, and I guess if you do disagree, don't leave any, you know, comments below. I think every parent does parenting different, and this is something that worked for us. But if you do, you know, really want your child to sleep, I totally recommend the Baby Wise book. It was really hard to do at first. I did think it was a little rigid, but once you learn that the things that they do at that age are not going to, you know, ruin them as adults, you know, crying it out in their crib and stuff, they're not going to grow up and have to go see a counselor because you had them cry it out in their crib. If Londyn is sick or cries out in the middle of the night, I'm there within seconds, and I want her to know that if she cries out, you know, mommy and daddy will always be there. But crying it out sometimes, when they're teeny tiny, that's the only exercise that they get. And sometimes they just have to burn energy, and they're not going to go to sleep until they cry it out. So that's just my opinion, and I did a lot of research on it when I was on bed rest before I had Londyn, and I actually wavered between the Baby Wise book and the Happiest Baby on the Block. Happiest Baby on the Block is a little less rigid than Baby Wise, but I do highly recommend Baby Wise. So I guess that this is more of like a parenting vlog as opposed to an update on Londyn. It's a little bit of both, but anyway, back to Londyn. So what I've noticed since Londyn has turned 20 months old, she's 21 months, way before she started speaking a lot, she, you know, would just point to stuff and whine, and because she couldn't get her words out. And now that she, you know, knows words, she's still pretty whiny, but she will like point to things and talk about them until you acknowledge that she's talking about them. The other day I thought it was cute, she had a pacifier in her mouth and she walks into the living room and she's like, "Buck, buck." And I go, "I don't know what you're saying, tell mommy, show mommy." And she goes, "Buck, buck." And she said it a couple more times and I go, "Honey, I don't understand you, you're gonna have to take your pacifier out." And she takes her pacifier out of her mouth, she goes, "Duck, quack, quack, duck." Like so snotty and so bratty. And it was just so funny because she's really trying to communicate with us now. And it's funny because she wakes up every day a different kid. Like she'll wake up every day doing something new or saying something new. And sometimes she just completely surprises me, the correlations that she makes between things. Like she's starting to associate family members with physical objects or memories, and we'll talk about like a memory and she'll be like, "Oh, Jaja," or "Pop," or, you know, Mame and Grampy, or Bob Bob is what she calls my dad. So she'll just, you know, she'll start talking about that. Another thing I've noticed since she turned 21 months old is she is starting to connect a lot more with family members that aren't just her grandparents. You know, her aunts and uncles, she's starting to, you know, have like little things with them that she doesn't have with other people. And when we went to Richmond, it was really sweet to see her, you know, connect with her Uncle Tony and her Auntie Jay, and just to see her acknowledge that that is someone important in her life and trust them and be, you know, happy to see them, especially since we don't get to see them very often. It was just a really comforting feeling. And you know, you want your child to love the people that you surround them with, and to see her love them and acknowledge that we love them and that she should love them and that they're safe people has been a really, really cool experience. So one thing about Londyn that has changed over the past few months has been her cuddle time. Since she's been a baby, she has wanted to, like since she was born, I mean, she snuggled with me when she was a newborn, but that was because she was a blob of life. But when she hit about 4 months, she started wanting to wiggle away and, you know, get out of my arms, and didn't want to be held, you know, for long amounts of time. And for me, since the beginning, you know, not knowing if she was my only child or whatever was a really hard realization for me, only because, you know, you try to get those snuggles in and that love time in as much as possible when they're small, because the older they get, you know, the snuggling is a little bit harder to come by. But for Londyn, the past few months, she's snuggled a little bit longer. She'll stay in our lap a little bit longer. You know, she'll let us kiss on her and all of that stuff. And she's always been sort of an independent person, so for her to, you know, snuggle with us a little bit now has been very comforting, and I'm just savoring it, waiting for the day that it's gone, because it has been really nice. So she's, you know, will like lay in one spot with you for a long amount of time now and watch a show, and she's just really turning into a toddler. She's been a toddler for a while, but she's just doing so many less baby things now, so it's kind of cool to see, but at the same time it's really sad. A new thing that she's started doing this past month has been speaking in this very high-pitched squeal, I noticed it a lot when we were at the tea, like the mother-daughter tea this past weekend. She will not, if she, like, nobody's acknowledging what she's saying, her voice just keeps getting like higher and higher pitched. I've noticed that when she's tired, she speaks in a very high-pitched voice. So we're really trying to work on, you know, indoor voices and outdoor, you know, voices, and that there's a difference. And my mother-in-law had said she just didn't realize how squealy girls are. And it is really true. I mean, I was always quiet at her age, so my mom is like, oh my gosh, like she is just so outspoken and loud, and she's just going to be a very outgoing person. And you can just already tell that from her personality. She has about like 70 to 80 words, I would say, and she's starting to repeat everything that we say. I said dumb the other day, and she was walking around the house going dumb, dumb, dumb. So I really we're really trying to, you know, remember what we're saying and be cautious about what we say. We don't cuss in our house. I mean, just words like suck and dumb and crap, those aren't words that I really want her saying. So, and sometimes I tell the dogs to shut up. I probably should stop that just on a whole other level, just because it's inappropriate and unnecessary. And I just don't want her yelling shut up. That's just something I don't want her to be doing. So that's definitely something we're going to have to work on it, because she's really, really starting to repeat words a lot. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Londyn's size. She weighs anywhere between 30 and 32 pounds. It just differs. I would say she's very thin for her height. I think she carries her weight well. She's still off the charts for height and weight, but she's not heavy by any means. If she didn't have a diaper on, she would be pretty thin. Like her little butt and, you know, thighs and stuff is really small. She literally has lost all of her rolls. She used to have like arm rolls and little thigh rolls, and they're gone. And I never thought I would miss rolls. Until you are a parent, you cannot judge other people's parenting. That was something that I had to learn, you know, very quick and very fast. I was like, my kid's not going to do this, my kid won't do that, my kid blah blah blah. And you know, they are born with their little sinful natures, and it is our job to, you know, grow them in the Lord and grow them to become, you know, socially acceptable in society. And it's a very hard job. It's definitely the hardest job I've ever done. So, you know, any helpful suggestions would be great. But from the parenting thing, I just think that, you know, your house is what it is, and you are the one that has to answer for your child in the long run. So the way that you parent is up to you. And I hope that some of my parenting is helpful to people. I hope that it doesn't, you know, disappoint you guys in any way. I do only have to answer to the Lord for the way that I raised Londyn, so that is something that I do keep in mind, because I do, you know, wonder what other parents think of me, and really all I need to worry about is how God views me as a parent, and how Londyn views me as a parent, and if Mike and I are on the same team parenting. So I just want to thank you guys if you've been watching our vlogs so far. I'm sorry that we didn't put a daily vlog up today. This was just something I really wanted to do for my records, for Londyn's records and keepsakes, and I just wanted to you know, be able to do these kind of videos now and then. We will be back to regular programming tomorrow. For all of my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing, and I'm sorry if this was boring for you if you're not a parent. But I know we have a lot of Londyn fans out there, and I just think that for all of you guys who have been wanting to see how Londyn is growing and progressing, these might be interesting for you. If, like I said, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, it's so easy. All you have to do is click subscribe. If you don't have a YouTube account, make a YouTube account. You're not going to regret it, I promise. Please like the video, comment on the video, and as a parent, all I can say is to enjoy the small things. Make your child's day, every day, their best day. And love, peace, and chicken grease. Bye, guys. 'Cause even when you're getting